Kyler Murray and the Cardinals trying to pull the upset today, and Jonathan Gannon's return to Philadelphia. Cardinals won the toss, deferred to the second half, and so the Eagles will get the ball to begin. He had thumb surgery less than 2 weeks ago, and he's already back. DeAndre Swift starts the day with a run of threes.
They're going to test this offensively. The Eagles will come in and test their run fits.
Swift again has a seam. 3rd and 2.
The fan base is waiting for them to flip that switch week after week here at the end of this season.
3rd and 2. First pass play. Hurts gets rid of it. Kenneth Gainwell lowers the shoulder. Chris Barnes stands him up at the line of scrimmage, and it's a 3 and out.
Jonathan Gannon gets every ounce out of every player on this roster.
Greg Dortch be one of those guys. He had a 40-yard return last week in Chicago. Backs up to take this at the 12. Has a little bit of room. Breaks a tackle. And Greg Dortch to the 25. They fell into a big hole against Chicago last week. First play action. And Trey McBride, who has exploded, has the catch and takes it to midfield on the first play of the day for the Cardinals.
You got to have your eyes right. You're coming in from the left side. It's going to be a boot. This is one of the things that I think they need to do more of. This is where Kyler Murray is at his best, and it's one of the things that the Philadelphia defense knows they can't let happen if he's standing in the pocket.
James Conner, stiff arm sweat, gets 5, bumped up by Keely Ringo. 2nd and 5. This is one of the top rushing offenses in the NFL. This run play, though, doesn't go for much. Shaq Leonard stops James Conner. Murray, diving catch. Greg Dortch bails out Murray on an off-target throw there.
He's just one of those guys. You call them glue guys, right? They're on your roster, and you've got a spot for him, right? He's our return guy. He does some great stuff there. But then you're like, well, let's get him into the wide receiver spot and see what he can do in space with those return abilities. And the great thing about Greg Dortch, he can play anywhere in that formation.
36-yard line, fake to Conner. Low throw for McBride, trying to set up the screen. It's incomplete. He's carried it almost as many times as he's caught it. Second catch for McBride, promptly thrown down by Kevin Byard. 3rd and 6.
There were some good players on the outside on those offenses.
Over the middle, that is Elijah Higgins, and the Cardinals have converted both 3rd downs on this drive. Conner has a hole, bounces to the outside. James Conner with a first down inside the 15. Cardinals on the move, first drive. Conner again breaks tackles inside the 10. 10th play of this opening drive. Murray with time. Kyler Murray using his feet, looking for the corner. He's got a first down. On the 11th play, Murray's in trouble. Ball is out. He's back on top of it as Milton Williams jarred it loose.
Trying to get a cold quarterback run. Milton Williams is going to be down here inside. He splits both pullers. Yeah, I'm not really sure why Elijah Wilkinson didn't just knock him out of that running lane. He kind of bypasses him, and he's able to get right upfield, force the fumble on Kyler Murray. What a huge negative play in the red zone.
Able to get back on it, though. 2nd and goal. It's Conner to the 10. In the flats, DeMarcano drops it. Reed Blankenship ensured so. Matt Prater is getting close to 400 made field goals in his career with his chip shot here. And it's the Cardinals trying to pull the upset.
Struggling here the last couple of weeks. This Arizona roster is going to be hard-pressed to match the talent on that Philadelphia side.
That was Nick Rallis, who spent the last 2 years as the linebackers coach in Philly. Now the DC. Wide open over the middle. It's A.J. Brown. 16 yards for Brown.
Number 51, that linebacker level, just got out of that lane.
Now it's Devontae Smith. He moved over 1,000 yards last week and gets 5 yards here.
What a great teammate for this Eagles organization.
First run play of the drive. Swift cut down by Antonio Hamilton. 3rd and 3. Hurts pulls and has Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert down the sideline. Led the team with 7 catches on Monday.
Over here because you've got Dallas Goedert. There he goes in motion. And Dennis Gardeck's got to do a better job with his eyes. And I don't know what you do, right? You got him on Jalen Hurts. Okay, you handed that off to DeAndre Swift, and then, nope, oh, shoot, there goes Dallas Goedert right past me.
Jarring to watch him fall shy of 20 points 3 consecutive games during the skid. He's another one of those weapons here as DeAndre Swift goes over 1,000 yards. He's got it again here. And he's going to lose yard. I hope he was well cleared. They run with Gainwell. Yeah, they look at 3rd and 4 as 2 plays. They're going to set it up for the quarterback sneak. Hurts straight ahead. Yeah, that's as tough as they've had to work for it in a while. There's a flag down on the far side of the field. They actually have more false start penalties here at home.
Defense number 92. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
But don't change, Philly fans. Don't change one bit. Gainwell again for a few. Here's the motion man on 2nd and 8. Hurts is saying, hey, chill. Good, enough motion. He swings out. Hurts back in the end zone. It's a touchdown. It's Julio Jones.
Just a little over route right here. And this is that little stem where he gets a tad vertical. Not a whole lot, but he forces Starling Thomas to kind of honor that and start to break up. That's where the separation happens, and he gets that free area into the corner of the end zone.
One of the great receivers the league has seen, certainly in this generation. Dortch comes up and gets a running start on this one. Yeah, Greg Dortch gives him good field position at 32. Rondale Moore off his hands, incomplete, and that was borderline. Handed off to Moore here. He's in trouble. Rondale Moore able to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid the loss. In fact, winds up getting a gain of 1. Nolan Smith. Eagles rush 5. Rondale Moore, first down Cardinals. Ball is out, picked up by Bradbury.
A team that's trying to turn everything around and you're going up against a more talented roster, you can't have mistakes.
Here's a strike for Higgins. This is quite a player they got right here in Elijah Higgins, converted receiver they got from Miami. A pretty productive room they've got going. So productive that they let Zach Ertz go. Toss for Connor. Whoa, great patience, and then it opened up, and he stormed forward for 13. Take advantage or to take care of business in the division. Niners trying to do the same for the 1 seed.
Yeah, you mentioned that patience. Look at that right there. He helps Trey McBride by kind of dipping inside, and Josh Sweat goes down inside to try to make the stop, and then you just wash him through. So that's a great job by James Conner helping you.
It's Dortch. 2nd and short. Murray to throw. Steps up and goes down. He got tripped up by Jalen Carter.
This is your 7th game. You know, you're getting your feet back underneath you literally on this play because Kyler Murray going down on this? Really? I mean, how many times have we seen Kyler Murray in that situation?
One-on-one Wilson, miscommunication and a pick for Sidney Brown. And Sidney Brown's got room. Cuts it back inside the 40. Now he's upfield. He goes all the way for the Eagles touchdown. 98 yards.
He's doing post corner, throws it downfield. Sidney Brown, hey, watch all these Philadelphia Eagle defenders right now. Get out there with that motorcade for him. And here's a great move on Rondale Moore. Back inside. That was the one guy I thought was going to get Sidney Brown.
You're just talking about the Eagles drop off and getting takeaways and that turnover margin from last year. They get a big one right there since then, and those guys have not hooked up at all. It's been more than a month since Wilson's gotten a catch. Big drive coming here for the Cardinals. Down 2 scores in the hands of James Conner. And he's able to turn the corner for a few.
does it start to get away from them with some bad decisions?
Yeah, outgaining them 110-77, but down 14-3. Connor again has a hole, gallops to the outside, and another first down. Placing Elijah Wilkinson. Those guys have been back and forth all year. Here's a bubble to Rondale Moore. Block from Wilson. Moore stymied. Thrown down by Keely Ringo. 2nd and 7. Play action. And a screen. Trey McBride. Instead of the big bruising runner in Connor, it's DeMercado. And it's a pass play. It's a first down. Greg Dortch into Eagles territory. First O-line taken in the draft last year. 6th overall pick. Outside, another quick throw. Moore got a block from Connor. And got 6 or 7 on first down. Yeah, we can add Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat and all these dudes to that list today that he's going to have to face off with. Flag down as Connor goes down, stopped by Nicholas Morrow.
With an offensive tackle, that is huge.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat second out.
Murray pulls it down. Shucks it incomplete over Wilson's head.
Illegal contact. Defense number 22. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
So the automatic first down moves it to the 41. Here's Connor. That one's blown out. Morrow and Jomo.
Yeah, really kind of unique right now. Some veteran type guys that were a part of this defensive line last year. Now it's a lot of younger guys, and that's where the Jordan Davises and the Jalen Carters that are on this roster.
Oh, almost a fumble there. Connor was able to find it and lowers the shoulder. Gets a first down. Keeps on fighting. Connor again. Stays on his feet. James Conner.
This is priceless. The opportunity for them to get out and really see NFL game speed.
Michael Carter's first touch. Quick throw. It's McBride, and he's stuck right at the marker by Reed Blankenship.
Of the brotherly shove with Clayton Tune in there. Oh, and they get the curveball.
Outside they go, and James Conner's got enough for the first down. Couple curveball.
When they get down to this part of the field.
More than doubled him up when it comes to total yards. Here's Connor off the left side. Brandon Graham there to swallow him up. Got some help from Jordan Davis.
Just all those mentors and kind of putting that whole system together and putting his spin on it.
Connor again. Got this one. Flags fly. Looks like DJ Humphries, the left tackle, backing away early there.
Off at number 74. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
3rd and 12 out of the 2-minute warning. Murray steps up. He's going to run. Kyler Murray slides down to the 15.
Too hard during the course of this first half. We have to have points.
And they do.
To be able to put some type of drive together where they get some points. Again, you're keeping this Arizona team close to you in this situation. It's the worst thing you can possibly do.
Down the sideline, it's Brown and incomplete. Here's Brown, he knifed it through there. And a big completion right there. If they don't get that, you're giving the ball back to the Cardinals with time and timeout. Pressure coming. Getting to Hurts. Got rid of the ball for Dallas Goedert and avoided the sack. Still lost a yard as Antonio Hamilton spilled Goddard. Goddard did get back to the line, so 2nd and 10. Hurts steps up, heaves to the sideline. Perfect strike for Brown. First down, working against Thomas. 4-man rush this time. Quick throw. Dallas Goedert inside the 40. Steps up. Warren Smith. One-on-one against the rookie. Great coverage from Starling Thomas.
Really nice job by Jalen Hurts right here. This is what he's got on the opposite side. One-on-one right there with Starling Thomas. He kind of figures this out. There's Budda Baker coming in really late. Budda was playing a little bit of cat and mouse with him pre-snap. I respected what he...
Gonna sneak it here on 3rd down and 1. Or make it look like that and then run a trick play off it. Kenneth Gainwell, the high school quarterback, whips it downfield to Devontae Smith. 17 yards.
But Andre Sacheret plays this well. He's there. He doesn't gain any ground towards Devontae Smith. You can see him coming in right at the point of the catch, but he diagnoses this play right away. But he takes a really poor angle to the point of the catch.
Kenneth Gainwell, who grew up wearing a Donovan McNabb jersey, wanted to be the next Eagles quarterback, gets to be one for one play.
You see right there, he's kind of running parallel with him, right?
Jalen Hurts is saying, all right, Kenny, let me handle this passing stuff.
Let's get back to Julio.
Steps up, throws on the run. It is Julio Jones for his second touchdown.
Well, it's that second play. It's what makes everything so dangerous. Andre Sacheret again, just great job, but just not able to finish making that play. Great concentration by Julio Jones.
What you call a big drive there for the Eagles offense, or simply a drive for the Eagles offense. First one of the quarter ends
from getting to Julio Jones for the touchdown.
Second one of the half. First time in 3 years. Final seconds of this first half. And Murray throws behind DeMercado.
Philadelphia has been very opportunistic. When they've had the ball, they've scored. Their defense has pitched in with a pick six for a touchdown.
DeMercado goes for 8. There are a lot of things to feel good about on offense, and you're going to send that group out there to begin this half. And how about the feeling from Jonathan Gannon that his offensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage against this excellent defensive front that the Eagles have? And they create enough of a hole there for 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Conner again. James Conner just always finishing forward. That momentum always taking him forward. Big opening drive of this half for Arizona. Conner again. Sweat hits him, but he only needed about a foot. He got it.
Yeah, and you're going to probably see a little bit more of that this half with the 5 down guys.
First pass play of the half. McBride's open in the flats. Sure tackle right there from Kevin Byard. And on 2nd and 4, he's got it. The old New York Jet with a nice move to the clear. Into Eagles territory. Michael Carter, 18 yards. Blankenship finally gets him.
That's a great job. A great move out here in space. Sidney Brown goes inside, gets blocked, so that leaves Eli Ricks one-on-one on the outside. And just a great move by Michael Carter right there. Even a try for a little bit of a trip there.
First down and 10. Murray's got time. Perfect throw. Michael Wilson, his first catch since November 12th. The only sack was only officially one. It was a run play that went down as a sack. And how about that? You go a month and a half without a catch, and then you get 2 in back-to-back plays. Trying to finish strong as well. On 2nd and 4, Carter with a cutback. Michael Carter's inside the 15, down to the 5, and it's 1st and goal.
A really nice job again. It's the patience, right? You got your pin and pull. You're supposed to be on the right side, but he feels that gap to the left side, slides to the opposite side of where that play was designed to go, and then good patience once he got out into space.
All right, but this hasn't been the problem. They've done this. The problem arrives here. 1st and goal from the 5. Carter again. Brandon Graham drives him down. A loss of 2 from the captain. On 2nd and goal. In the flats, it's Carter with the catch. Breaks a tackle and a touchdown. Cardinals finally find the end zone. And they start the second half exactly how they needed to.
How positive everybody was in that locker room. Going against Shaquille Leonard, 53. Just there's not a sense of urgency there. You know, he was able to get by kind of that rub route from Trey McBride, but just not a sense of urgency and not good technique.
Michael Carter's got his first touchdown as a Cardinal, and it's 21-13.
But let's go back to those opponents, you know, over those last 2 weeks. It's the Giants and it's Seattle. A little bit more comfortable dropping back and throwing the football.
Offense has been good today. Just haven't had the ball for much of it. And Chris Barnes shuts down DeAndre Swift for a short loss here. Hurts to throw. Swift with a one-handed snag, and then B.J. Ojolari tracks him out of bounds. Third down.
Watch these two linebackers right here in the middle. Watch how they adjust. They see the play action. They know what it is. They're going. You can see them. They're pointing. They know where those routes are designed to go. The tiering of the routes on certain plays. So there's definitely some familiarity.
Several players that went with Gannon to Arizona as well. They're bringing all of them here on third down, and Smith on a deep ball can't hold it in. Braden Mann to punt. First time he's done so since the first drive of the day. And Greg Dortch turning into a weapon back there. Oh, it's a booming kick from the 9 on a 62-yard punt. Dortch on the return got popped at the 22.
Beat them 28-16.
So Mike Trout there cannot be happy watching what he's happened. James Conner's back in. Conner's straight ahead for 4. Milton Williams the tackle. Blitz coming. McBride. Toss for Conner. Explodes through that hole, and James Conner keeps on going into Philly territory.
There's Trey McBride right there. He's blocking down. He's going to get Josh Sweat. That gets him out on the corner, allows DJ Humphrey. Now a bad angle coming up in run support by Keely Ringo. You've got two guys. You're able to be blocked by your own player. So down inside, that gets you out on the edge. So not just Trey McBride in the passing game, which, we see, Travis Kelce.
If it ain't broke, right back to Conner. This time, though, Brandon Graham met him in the backfield, and the veterans playing a good game.
DeMarcado, the whole running back group.
Play action out of the timeout. Murray's well protected, and Dortch is wide open. Figure it's probably going to take a while before you look like yourself, but those other elements in there, too, making it extra tough to come back. Wilson has it. First down to the 20. James Conner takes the fake this time. It is Nolan Smith that can't get Murray to the ground, and he scampers ahead for 8. On 2nd and 2, it's Conner. James Conner with a first down to the 5.
Is it what Kyler Murray has asked for? Hey, go get me Marvin Harrison Jr. and bring him here.
He gets away from Josh Sweat. Keeps the play alive. Lofts for Conner. One-handed catch. What a day for James Conner.
Come on.
James Conner gets a one-handed touchdown catch.
All right, everybody, let's follow number 6. Just kind of working a little route right there. Not a great job running a choice route. I'm just going to come stand right next to you.
My choice is to chill. And what a grab.
What a finish. What a finish.
For the corner, there's a flag as Wilson makes the grab.
Holding defense number 29. That penalty will be forced on the kickoff. The 2-point try is good.
And the Eagles getting outscored in the third quarter 30-0 this week.
That's more telling than anything we can say on air.
Jalen Hurts, some room on the run off the right side, and this has been, I know they've hardly had.
Very similar to yours. You've got potential quarterback runs and quarterback scrambles along with a good running back group.
Into the short side they go for Swift with a head of steam, and it lowers the shoulder into Cardinals territory with authority.
Well, I mean, the finish of this run, I'm a big Budda Baker fan. He's one of your more physical safeties. He sizes up DeAndre Swift, squares him up. That shows you just that hidden strength, that explosiveness.
4 plays, 4 runs on this drive. Swift now shows off the speed to the outside and a first down. All tied up. Eagles leaning on the ground game on this drive. 5th play, 5th run. And DeAndre Swift, who started this drive deal with 6 carries for 16 yards total on the day.
Surprised it took him to the 4th quarter to really commit to this.
First pass play of the drive. Hurts given time to find Dallas Goedert. He got pulled down at the marker by Dimukeji. On 1st and 10, back to Swift. Inside the 20. We still don't know what our identity is. That they're still searching for that week 17. Watching this drive, it's like, here's the identity. Here it comes. Hurts. I don't think he got it this time. 4th down and a foot. This time Hurts is going to get it. A run for him here. Jalen Hurts with a gain of 8. Chris Barnes the tackle. 2nd and 2. It's the same play the other way. Hurts reverses direction and slides down with Baker hot in pursuit. They lost 7.
Great job by Budda Baker. Watch him. He's mirroring Jalen Hurts. And when he sees he's got an opportunity, he pulls that trigger.
Swift motions out. That's Julio Jones at the top. And with a hard count, they're going to get some of it back. This is an area last week where the Eagles struggled, getting it inside the 10, getting touchdowns out of it. Hurts scrambles. Hurts has Goddard wide open for the touchdown.
You get a lot of those rubs. You see Devontae Smith coming in. That's why Dallas Goedert was so wide open. They're designed so well. If you're playing a lot of man coverage down inside that high red zone or that low red zone.
He's had himself another good day. This is back-to-back good games for Dallas Goedert in this 4th quarter. Greg Dortch will bring this one back. Greg Dortch dancing his way across the 20. Cardinals have moved the ball at will in this half. Kyler Murray off his back foot, launching downfield out in front of McBride and incomplete, but flags down.
Pass interference. Defense number 22. Spot foul. Automatic first down.
So they get Keely Ringo for the penalty. The penalty moves it into Eagles territory just like that. Carter. Stopped by Morrow. Get another look at that penalty. 2nd and 7. Carter again. Surge off that right side. And Michael Carter having his best game as a Cardinal. But the Jets cut him loose.
Hey, it's a great addition to the line right now. And there's Elijah Wilkinson out front with the key block on that run. So, I mean, this pin and pull.
192 yards rushing against this Eagles defense. Right back to the ground. And Carter hops inside for a couple. Quarterback draw. Kyler Murray has some room. Kyler Murray to the 10.
Called quarterback draw. Really nice job by Yelda Froho getting up there. There he is, your center, getting to that linebacker level. But watch the finish by Kyler Murray. Would have liked to have seen him get back inside, but that's the most aggressive I've seen him out in space today. Needs to get that football.
Murray looks to throw. Over the middle. Greg Dortch. Good open field tackle from Ben Van Sumer.
Michael Wilson up at the top. He's been a guy that's been big in the pass game.
Instead it's Connor downhill to the 5. Blankenship held on for dear life.
And the 2-minute warning, and he went 4th down at his own 27.
Throwing end zone. Too tall for Wilson. Coverage from Eli Ricks. They're going to go for it.
Well, we touched base with him on this one and just said, hey, you know, a little bit of chatter out there, a little bit of criticism. He goes, listen, every decision I make is for the best.
Pressure coming. End zone. Wilson. Touchdown. The 4th down gamble pays off. The rookie's in the end zone.
And the big thing today is the big mistake. That is just, Keely Ringo is flat-footed. He hasn't moved. I mean, that was so easy for Michael Wilson. You bring pressure, you go man coverage on the outside. That inside slant, force him to at least go out.
And the Cardinals, after failing to find the end zone in the first half.
To see that combination right there, Kyler Murray and Michael Wilson. Oh, he got an onside.
Wow, you talk about aggressive. Recovered by the Eagles with a flag down.
But you went for it. You got it. That's awesome. You tie the game, and you come back with the onside kick. Kick off and play defense.
DeAndre Swift blown up in the backfield, able to scamper forward and get a positive gain out. Whatever it is, it's deadlock with 5 to decide it. Underneath, A.J. Brown on the move. He's got a first down. Brown's had a quiet day, but here he gets 19 yards. 4:20 to go. First down from the 20. It is DeAndre Swift. Bubbling to the outside. There's a flag down as he gets popped. Jalen Thompson comes up and delivers that hit.
Holding, offense number 68.
Presumably, as Jack Stoll goes out there and he plays his Julio Jones ahead of 1st and 20. It's a quarterback run for 4. Cardinals showing pressure. They bring it. Hurts bottled up and down at the 30. Lost 4. Surrounded by Cardinals there. It's the fact that there's a sense that internally there's a lack of full belief. Kenneth Gainwell. Crowd doesn't like that call. Dimu KG gets him at the 25. And they settle for a Jake Elliott field goal attempt. Trying to give him the lead from 43. And if there's one thing you've been able to count on as an Eagles fan, it has been that guy, Jake Elliott.
For the Dallas Cowboys, I think he's now 35 out of 35 with field goals.
Here's Dortch on the return. Greg Dortch hits the sideline and takes it to the 30. The Eagles again find themselves trying to lock down a tight win late. It's James Conner. He's had his best day of the season. Murray out of a collapsing pocket finds Rondale Moore. Well, just feathered that thing over the top for a first down to the 43 to bring this to the 2-minute warning. Kyler Murray, 10 out of 11 in this second half. Hands it off to James Conner. Having his best game of the season, and he's got 5 more here. Stopped by Josh Sweat. Murray lets it rip. Greg Dortch tiptoes in. First down to the 42. Perhaps awaiting his chance. First down and 10. Sideline toss. Dortch again breaks a tackle. Greg Dortch cuts it back inside the 10. Down to the 5, and it's first and goal. This one goes for 37.
Just a great job working inside, right? You saw him break away from Avonte Maddox right there. And then just the run after catch. How can you not cheer for Greg Dortch? When you talk about a guy who's a returner, you're struggling mightily at the wide receiver position, so you give him an opportunity. And he just grabs it and runs with it.
Came into the game loose with 15 catches.
The Achilles heel of this Cardinals offense has been down in here.
Here's Conner straight ahead, stopped at the 2. On second and goal, Conner again, nose down, he's in for the Cardinal touchdown. Arizona takes the lead with 32 seconds left.
It's a great place to attack. This is Hassan Reddick right here. And listen, Hassan Reddick is one of the greatest guys you'll ever meet. He's going up against Paris Johnson, the guy that, I mean, unanimously was talked about when we talked to the coaches from Arizona is who's done a great job. Hassan is an edge rusher, and you've got him down inside, and you go right over that. You catch that matchup with the play design to go right over top of that mismatch.
Down, but play on. Extra point is good. 32 seconds, no timeouts, no Devontae Smith. So they're going to have to go the distance here. I said no Brown, no Smith. Devontae Smith out of the game. 32 seconds, here we go. Hurts goes underneath Kenneth Gainwell. Short gain. Second down. Hurts looking long. Again, checks it down to Gainwell. 6 more, but you're going to need more than that. From the 36-yard line, under 20 seconds. Hurts steps up and runs. Looking for the sideline. He'll get there near midfield. The Eagles going to need a chunk play or 2 here. Against the 3-man rush, Hurts steps up, got his eyes downfield, lofting into one-on-one and incomplete. Hamilton, the coverage on Goddard.
This should be the last one.
All right, so this is it. Hurts waiting around, lets it develop, heaves one for the end zone. It is intercepted, and that's the game. The Cardinals come to Philadelphia and knock off the Eagles. Jonathan Gannon in his return to Philly pulls off a massive upset.
You're going to come in here, and you've got to do everything almost picture perfect. They had a few mistakes, but boy, did they execute a tremendous game plan. We came on the air talking about Jonathan Gannon's team will play you hard for 60 minutes. Take him out of the game early.